Hello people, so I found this video. It says the price of progress, what Tokyo looks like at 8 a.m. Now I have not watched this video before. I'm guessing it's going to be about late stage capitalism and how depressing some parts of Tokyo are. So let's go ahead and watch it. Point of view, late stage capitalism. Time to commute to work. Every day getting out of the house is the hardest part. This place looks really clean, I gotta say. Once I'm out, my body is an autopilot. Every day, same routine. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Yep, we all know the drill. Somewhere along the way, life stopped feeling like living. Yep, we all do understand that. Started feeling like surviving. Walking is the only exercise I need. Need to charge my card. Let's go with 2,000. I'm guessing 2,000 yens. So I can use the card longer. Once I'm through these gates, there's no going back. The hustle never stops. Toxic work culture is being normalized. Obviously, this is not just in Japan, this is happening all around the world. I feel like Japan has been the most toxic and the earliest ones, but this is happening all over. To keep the machine going, you gotta have efficient cogs. Like you'd have to find efficient parts, robots, which is you. It's just terrible. My commute is around 90 minute way. I spend 3 hours every day on commute. That's insane. It is normal to have long commutes in Tokyo. The main reason is because most people live outside of Tokyo, because rent is so much cheaper there. Oh yeah. Then they can commute to Tokyo for work. One of my colleagues spent 4 hours on commute a day. He lives far away and always complains about it. Also, he has a family. Well, at least he has a family. So moving to Tokyo is not an option. Oh yeah. Since salaries are low for most workers here. In Japan, most workers prefer to save money rather than make more money. Another reason why commute is long is because man, these styles, they're so fast. Like I can't even read them, and I'm not a fast reader as well. Another reason why a commute is long, because there's a lot of walking involved. I walk for 15 minutes from home to the station. Then I ride first train for 30 minutes. After I need to change trains and ride the second train for another 20 minutes. I'm just saying that's just a lot of minutes. There's a lot of, I'm guessing, like time people commute and walk and do all of these things. And so far, the whole video is so gray. It's depressing, and this, it's such a symbolism of what's going on all over the Western societies and the capitalistic societies. And it's eating at our souls. I mean, what you see here is you see in a lot of places. Um, you know. Finally, I would walk to office for 20 minutes. So in total, I ride train for 50 minutes. I'd walk for 35 minutes. So in total, that is 1 hour and 10 minutes of walking a day. That's a little over 5 kilometers of walking a day. Around 8,000 steps. I think this is about 3 miles if I'm not mistaken, because I think like a mile is about 1.6 kilometer. I might be wrong, but I think this is correct. Like it's about 3 miles. So 3 miles of walking every day. They say that walking it gives you about 90% of the health benefits. In a way, I feel that I'm forced to exercise every day to stay healthy so I can work more. Man, this mentality is not good. It's destructive. It's a sign that a person is losing their spiritual center. So like if you're thinking that you have to exercise, which you hate, so you can work, which you hate even. This whole thing is I mean, and then they say, oh, you're so depressed, you gotta take SSRIs, antidepressants. I'm not saying it's bad to take them, but it is, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling not good, this is normal. You're a human being. You're a living being. If you live any creature in this sort of situation, if you have had a dog or a cat and you put that thing in a situation where it's not supposed to be, where it's not built for, it's gonna have problems. So they're making us sick, right? So this is not supposed. This is basically abuse. We're being abused as populations more and more to fit this machinery. You know, I'm just saying. Sometimes I feel like everything in Japanese society is by design. Oh yeah, I bet it is. It looks like we can't get on this train. Too many people going to work at the same time. Luckily, during rush hours, next train comes quickly. However, this is not normal during regular hours. Usually trains during morning commute are very quiet. Main reason is because people are tired. So you rarely hear any noise. I just wanted to point out. So he or she misspelled noise. Almost sounds like noise. I don't know. I thought that was a little interesting. Most commuters wake up early and sleep late. It's terrible. Many use the train time to nap. So others stay quiet out of courtesy. Talking loudly or making noise in public, I'm guessing this is not a complete sentence, is seen as disturbing the group's peace. I could see that. I mean, if I was in a train filled with people, the last thing that I would want is for somebody to be loud and disturb me. So I understand where this comes from, but as an American, I feel like to put your phone on silence is kind of an overreach a little bit, but I understand. I'm not judging. Silence shows consideration for others. Yep, I do agree there. Phones are always on silent. Even voice calls are discouraged on trains. During rush hour, trains are packed shoulder to shoulder. Being quiet helps reduce stress and tension in such tight spaces. Trains are a big part of Japan's work culture. Every morning, millions of people move in perfect synchronization, like blood flowing through the veins of the city. Shinagawa Station becomes a living organism. Endless streams of suits and heels, merging, splitting, flowing again. No words, no emotions, just motion. It's terrible. Everyone knows where to go, but no one knows why. Look at that. Look at that sentence. Everyone knows where to go, but no one knows why. Have you ever thought about this? Just for a little bit, like why are you doing what you're doing? I'll give you a hint. You know, if you don't know why, maybe you should not be doing it. And then somebody will say, okay, but the alternative is what? You know, the alternative is to fight the system in any way that you can. That's my opinion. You know, if you don't see yourself, you know, or you could even take a middle way, right? So you're working, but you gotta work in a way, and so that you have time for to have a side thing going on, something that you like doing, and you can monetize somehow. So it don't matter what you're into, you know, um, into drawing, into painting, you can do that, and then, you know, maybe a video yourself doing it. So you can have something on the side. If you can't have anything on the side, I would say, you know, I don't want to be this guy, but, you know, in this case, you can steal from the company's time. I mean, look, if you can't live, what is use in working? You know? The air feels thick with routine. Every step sounds the same. You can't tell one person from another. Faces blur into patterns. A sea of tired eyes and silent determination. The system does not need individuals. It needs robots. It needs movement. Trains arrive like arteries pulsing on time. Each person a cell carrying the economy forward. If one stops, another takes its place. No one dares to stand still. Because stillness feels like failure. This is what efficiency looked like. So by this definition, trees are the biggest failures? Is that where we're at now? That trees, which are making oxygen that is allowing us to actually be alive, you know, are basically a failure, right? Because to stand still and just maybe breathe a little, to maybe enjoy a moment is bad apparently. I'm not criticizing this person. I'm criticizing the mentality, you know, what pushed him to make this video, the thing that is, yeah, it's just controlling our lives and pushing us to be these soulless slaves. You know, I just want to say, so it is something to sell your soul, you know, in exchange for something. You know, you have heard about that. You know, to um, sell your soul to the devil. You know, and you get something in return. But this is totally different. You know, we are selling our souls for nothing. You know, you get money, but then so what? If you can't get married, you can't have a wife, you can't enjoy living, you cannot just be. You know, it's useless. You know, it's just a bunch of paper. It comes and goes. You know, it's just a hallucination at this point. It's just a delusion. You know, we're being tortured. We're being abused by this. You know, I mean, if you have a cat, if you have a dog, and if you put that dog in a situation, so let's say you have a dog and you don't walk it, you just put it in one place. It's an unnatural environment, and so it's gonna have problems. You know, it's gonna be depressed. It's gonna have some mental issues. Humans are not very different. We're not built for this. You know, so we're working ourselves to death, trying to, I don't know, work more, make more money. It's it's not gonna, this thing is not gonna go for long. So it's one of two things happens. Either that the human race is going to work itself to death, or there's gonna be, which I think is already there's a sign of that. There's gonna be a global and especially Western revolt against the shenanigans, right? That to be more free, to have more rights. This is what efficiency looks like. Beauty and order. What's even more interesting? So what is the most efficient thing? Is a robot. It's 100% efficiency. I mean, if not for the batteries and all the problems that might come along with it. But in general, robots are the most efficient thing. So to turn human beings to the most efficient thing, they're turning us into robots. They have to strip you out of your soul, out of your spirituality. You as an individual. You know when it says the society or the thing, it does not need individuals. You could substitute that for the soul. Like, society does not need souls. It needs robots. It needs things that keep doing what they are doing in a routine, you know, and that's it. So they literally need to strip your soul out of you, and just kill your soul, make you give away your soul, and you're not even getting anything in return for that, you know. So just think about that. Just think about how terrible that is. And so they medicate you. They give you this medication, which, by the way, I don't judge for people who take them, for people who need them. But I'm just saying. So it is sort of like being abused by somebody, and then they like drug you out so that you don't complain about it. That's how terrible it is. It's really terrible. Beauty and order, tragedy and repetition. Tokyo does not wake up, it activates. And every morning we become part of it. Just another drop in the flow. I just want to say, so it all looks very, very gray. It looks like it's from a dystopia. It looks like from, I don't know. It's just really depressing, and it's one of the things that I have been interested in since decades now. About how do we fight this? How do we go about this? My opinion is that you would need to set some time to do the things that you like, and then monetize it, and then that's how you split off your main job. Um, but yeah, this is unsustainable. And one thing I wanted to mention is that some people, you might hear them, especially Western right wing type people that would compliment Japan. They would say, they're the most homogenous, their economy is up, blah blah, like, and then they want to become like that. We want to become like Japan. No, you don't. You don't want to be like Japan. Because this is gonna kill you. You're gonna be working yourself to death. The most homogenous, most economically successful, working themselves to death population. It's a society that is in deep trouble right now. Their birth rates are going down and down and down. You know, and it's moreover. It's just we're not robots. We have a soul. We feel things. So these people are suffering, and we are suffering. But this society is even worse. So this is basically what everything is heading to, and we don't want to reach there. I want everybody who is watching this to sort of think about this and be like, do I want to be like this? Is because this is what's it's heading to if we keep going on this manner. If we keep going doing the things that this is where it's actually heading, or maybe even worse. Um, so for anybody watching me, stay strong, fight the good fight. You know, I it wasn't I open or something. I mean, I did know that Japan was going through stuff, but this is even worse than I even imagined. You know. But yeah, so I'm sorry to end it on such a depressing note. I hope that you guys are having a good day, a good weekend, a good week. Stay strong and fight the good fight. And I'll see you in a bit.